Having watched Tuesday, are we getting to a very attritional time of the season, do you think?
What do you mean by that?
Well, in the sense that games are getting tighter and tighter because every point matters to everybody.
Of course they are. Yeah, it would have given Morecambe a chance of getting a point at Crawley. It's that time of the season where you just got to stand up and be carried, and you got to do what it takes to win games, and collect points, and points are important. And I think we just, I heard a lot of negative comments on Tuesday. A lot of people spoke to me after the game who weren't there and said that there was a reporting was awful of the game, that we played really poorly, and my assessment of the game was different to a number of radio reporters and people who've been watching us all season. Well, my opinion is the one that counts, and my players have been brilliant all season. They've surpassed every expectation of them, and I'm going to back them 100% through to the end of the season. And there's no point sniping about each other, and I'm sure people would do things differently, but I'm the man in the hot seat. I'm the man picking the team. I'll do what's right for me, and I'll do what's right for what I think's right for the team to get 3 points. I've had letters off fans saying, "Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" And yeah, I understand where they're coming from, but I make the decisions, and until I'm told any otherwise, I'll continue to do so.
So you'll trust what's got you to where you are?
Absolutely, yeah. We might have to tinker every now and again, but no one's going to come and make it easy for us. We're a scalp at the moment. We're a team that's up there on merit, and no one's going to come and lie down for us. And no one's going to. People are starting to pay us far more respect than they used to, and we've got to deal with that, and we've got to find ways of dealing with it better for sure. But nobody goes out to make mistakes. Nobody goes out to not play well, and my players have been brilliant, and they're going to be brilliant till the end of the season, and hopefully we all stick together. If not, we'll have to stick together as a group and make sure we finish it off properly.
Just to extend that point, then, you've brought Jack in, which obviously has bolstered the defence. Steve Elliott's fit again.
Yeah.
Is that, in a sense, an acknowledgement from you that things are going to get tighter? Therefore, you've got to make your defence as watertight as possible. And therefore, you get value for every goal you do.
I want the best players I can possibly get around me, and from now to the end of the season, we've had to wait for Jack. We've had to wait patiently, and Steve has missed 5 games. That's all. Nothing's changed, but it's just teams are setting up not to get beat, to come to one, particularly at Whaddon Road, and we've got to find. Yeah, I appreciate we've got to find ways, and I might see things slightly differently, because I work with the players every day, but it worked against Dagenham. It didn't quite come off for us on Tuesday. I understand that in terms of scoring goals, but like I said, no one's going to come and lie down for us. No one's going to come and roll over, and we've got to keep believing in what we're doing, keep playing, keep trying to create, but also we've got to keep. Every point is precious. Every point is valuable, and that's not extra pressure on the players or anything like that. We're not feeling the pressure, but we've just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Would Burton have the discipline of a Torquay or a Wimbledon to come and play that way?
We'll see tomorrow, but they've been setting up 4-5-1 of late. Just signed another defender. They've got forwards waiting to come back into the team. So maybe they won't. But if they do, then we've got to find ways of adapting, of creating more chances, getting more bodies in the box, and yeah, for sure. But you don't suddenly change things just because one or two things don't go right. We've stuck to a formula pretty much all season, and it's worked for us. It's got us to where we are on the table, and believe me, I ain't going to change for one or two.
You got the same group to pick from?
I've got exactly the same group to pick from. We've made a couple of inquiries about a couple of players that could strengthen us, but it just, as we speak at this moment in time, it won't be happening for tomorrow. So we're going to what we've got. I'm more than happy with that. As and when we'll get another player or two, but as a minute I'm happy. We just got to keep going. There's going to be lots of twists and turns, lots of sides dropping points, but we're up there on merit after 32 games, and our aim is to stay there.
Mark, one of the things you might have been asked in letters, just to explain to fans, because a lot of people asking me, is Jermaine McGlashan obviously hasn't been playing recently. Is there a reason why you've taken him out of it for a while?
Just felt it's been right to play Josh Lowe, felt it's been right to do what I've done, and I'll continue to do that. I pick the team. I stand and fall by my decisions, and so far they've been decent. I could have perhaps played Jermaine the other night. Listen, he'll get his chance. I told him that when he came here, he wouldn't be an automatic shoo-in. You know, I told him that he'd have to fight for his place, and at times he wouldn't play, and he understands that. He's a good professional, he's a good lad, and he understands where I'm coming from. The boys have been superb. I felt it was right for time. It was right for Josh Lowe, and at the right time I'll make decisions that I think are right. And I thought changing the system to a 3-5-2. We were mindful on Tuesday night of losing that battle in the middle of the park, and you know the system allowed us to keep our numbers in the middle and get extra bodies forward, and you know it nearly paid off with Mo's chance and Jimmy's header, and we had a couple more balls in the box that perhaps we could have got more of. But we've got to get better at scoring goals. But there's only 2 teams in our division who've scored more than us, and there's only 2 teams in our division who've conceded less than us. So we're not a million miles away, and we just got to keep asking for more.
Yep. Paul Pascal's Salido has said you're the best team you've seen this season. That must be nice to hear from other managers.
Well, it'll be nice come May the 5th, you know, when it means something. But yeah, of course it's decent. You know, we've the lads have been superb, and that's what I'm saying about. You know, I'm not hammering anybody, I'm not criticising anybody, but I understand people have got views. But it's easy to have views from afar. It's easy to sit back and think, oh, why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? Listen, I've got 20 lads to keep happy, and they've been the spirit and the group have been absolutely fantastic all season, and they all know where we're coming from. They know we don't pick people just for the sake of it. We don't keep people in the team just for the sake of it. They're there for a reason, because they're doing well. And sometimes, you know, we picked the Torquay game, for instance. I went back to what got us success in that big run, where Jimmy or Darryl did play one of the wider positions, and it works. We got forward-thinking players in the team, and that'll be the case now. You know, we're a decent side. We've got a good squad. We're always looking to add. The chairman's been brilliant in that respect, and allowed us to do so. And hopefully, you know, we can all kick on together.
Yep. Cheers, Matt.